Hey yo, this is another video, so let's go. I was doing something today, and I come across some information. I'm making this video about young Dolph. Crazy thing is, I was reading something. It's when I was reading something on the wall. It says, "I went in through the doors of the treasury of wisdom, and I drew for myself the waters of understanding." And that was said by Makeda, Queen of Sheba, 10th century BC. So now I'm thinking like, okay, you know, we as highly melanated people, so-called black people, we're into the Bible, or the closest thing with that would be Hebrew Bible, and you will find the Queen of Sheba in the Bible with a slightly different name. But Makeda, I remember Makeda's cookies. Now, and I said, now this is what you do. When somebody names something, named something after something, you follow the trail and you trace that trail. So I went to go look online about that. You have Makeda. Would be, well, the Queen of Sheba. Two different places wanted to claim to the Queen of Sheba, or the Queen of Sheba. That would be Ethiopia and Yemen. And funny thing is, I do my, I study and read and shit. I read. Yemen. Of course, that was where the Necronomicon, Abul Muhammad, the guy that was actually running from those energies, or those spirits, or those deities, from the Necronomicon, he was actually from Yemen. It's funny, but then another thing, the Goetia is 72 Goetia, and the Goetia is it's like symbolistic of the Necronomicon too, also, and that's you have two sides of Solomon. And remember, the Queen of Sheba, or Makeda, she gave Solomon gifts, and she was one of the gifts. She was learning for months. I come to find out, in her last day King Solomon got her pregnant. But these are, allegorical. These are stories. So what I'm saying is, from that standpoint, I'm looking at it like this. Now, when they do these type of ritual killings of certain artists, they have to make it make sense, because I've been saying this for years. They know who people are. Like when slavery happened, like when that shit happened, they said, "Oh, we got rid of those records." Bullshit! You didn't get rid of those records. You know why I know you didn't get rid of those records? Because you keep certain people, try to keep them from reaching certain goals, or doing certain things, because they know that that energy in that bloodline, or in that blood, is actually gonna do something outside of your power constraints, or do something that you wouldn't want them to do, or they were raised in power. So remember that it would, hold on. There was a president years ago. He said about having to stop the rise of the next black messiah, or some shit like that. He said, I forgot the name of I'm not sure if it's, I don't want to say the wrong person's name, but when he says that, you gotta think. And then years ago, in there was this book. The guy, he was in this book, he was saying in the future, religion will not have its same power, but the new religion will come from music. And so that's why you see in so many of these artists being killed like this too, also. But I want to get back to what I was saying. I don't want to lose my place. But Makeda, Remember Makeda's cookies? That's where young Dolph, he was even seen on the news or online buying cookies for his family before all of that even happened. I looked online, Makeda's is shut down. So Makeda's cookies is shut down. They had a GoFundMe and raised a lot of money within like a few days. And they wanted to name the chocolate chip cookie after young Dolph because that was like his favorite cookie. But these, I'm telling you, man, like, and that's why I was saying, like, look at how they do certain things. Remember, Nipsey Hussle is Eritrean. It's like north of Ethiopia. So remember, I was saying Ethiopia and Yemen was claiming the Queen of Sheba as their own, being in that area, and I looked at it. I looked at the map too, also in that area. Nubia is close to that area too. So we got 3 points of remember, highly melanated people, so-called black people, was all over in every country, every continent, everywhere. They're like, what they're doing is wiping out people in every place. Like they did the same thing in Australia. Tazmania is Australia. What else? Ireland. So they're doing this, but like you got to think about it. You have to be very understanding of what's going on around you anytime you're anywhere. Because like I always say, God doesn't like highly melanated people. And that's how I be knowing when certain things be happening. That's why I just paused the video for like maybe a minute or two. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel the time I feel while I'm not recording. But I see in my mind some bullshit about to happen. And it did. I'm glad I started recording. When, you know, so I was like, just don't pay it no mind, and then, or you get real aggressive and get that shit out of here. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So Makeda's cookies. So if now also Young Dolph and Nipsey Hussle has done a song together. It's called "In the Field" off of Slauson Boy 2, I think, if I'm not mistaken. The mix, I call it projects. People say mixtapes. People say albums. It's a project. You know, so, but yeah, so like that's a song they did together with Nipsey Hussle and Young Dolph. So you gotta think, what if these are two people that in time wise, I was gonna say we don't think, we just think about everything in this time. That's it. Remember I was saying about the bloodlines of people and people rising up and try to alleviate or get rid of these certain people that's in that can't be controlled. Because remember, these two artists, they're both mainly based independently. I'm speaking of Young Dolph and Nipsey Hussle. So that bloodline, maybe what if they was like, I'm not going with that format of the whole industry. Because I remember like Dolph telling the story about him serving a certain artist or rapper or whatever, wanted some weed. He like wanted to learn about the music industry. Remember this one of the artists that he served was like bubbling and known in the game. He's like, man, maybe I could do this shit, and did it quick. You know, and did it quick. Like that's what I'm saying. The bloodline of people, like, it's shit just rising inside of people. If it's rising like that, they'll do anything to cut you down. Like they offered him $22 million. I don't know. He never said what label or what record label it was, but he had it on video. And he said, man, I'm turning that shit down. 22 million, you know how many motherfuckers, like many rappers that's already rapping like in the industry with a pick that took that contract. He's not even like, he wasn't even fully signed. It's like, I don't want that. I make that quickly, man. I'm like, you know what I mean? Rising power to Young Dolph, I say. Rising power to Nipsey Hussle, I say. That's what I'm saying. That energy, like you trying to short me from what I know I can have, and that's the mentality of somebody that's not low in the mind. You know what I'm saying? If they're not low in the mind, they know they can have way more. And he was saying how his parents were on drugs really bad too, also growing up. He said on that same song, like in the field with Nipsey Hussle's song, he said, "Come on, watch the bullshit." So, Damn, I kind of lost my place. No, I remember what I wanted to say. So in the song, In the Field with Nipsey Hussle, he said, I ain't never seen you around here. He said, my parents been fucked up, nigga. I was forced to be out here. So like, so he's talking about like how he was in the game or, in the streets or whatever. So I ain't never seen you out here. He said, where you been at? I ain't never seen you out here. My parents was fucked up, nigga. I was forced to be out here. So taking accountability and putting shit in your own hands. So what I'm saying is, what if these were two people that actually maybe knew each other at a different time, or whatnot, and was rising at that time, at the time they were, and they had ended up making a song together. But that's just how the spirit or the ancestors work. They remember, these bodies are just bodies. Don't let these bodies confuse you. Don't let them think like, oh, this is like, of course you're in a body, but that body, you have to control it and use it for the purpose you need to use it for. So, when you let the ego take over, it'll go against the soul. I'm only talking to highly melanated people, so-called black people. Everybody else don't have a soul. So I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't give a fuck if you listening to my videos and you're not a highly melanated person, so-called black person. This ain't for you. I'm not sorry your feelings hurt. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, so I'm reading this. I don't want to show where I'm at, cause I don't want certain things to get changed around, cause I know how things are. So Makeda, Queen of Sheba, and I see that, I'm like, whoa. That kind of it stopped me. I was like, I didn't know to make a video about this or not. So I went to go do something else earlier today, spiritually, and then come back, and I was like, you know what, I probably should, and I did. I'm doing it now, of course. So, what I mean. Shout out to young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? But remember, I have a video about part 1 and 2, but part 2 mainly dealing with Slim 400. Young Dolph and Slim 400 have a song together. And remember how I have the video is called Compton has a lot of similarities to Egypt, and that's part 2 I'm talking about, and how like that can have been whole other connection where we just don't know. We don't know if it's a connection or not. Like that of two different people at a different time coming together to do some music for people to hear. Hold on. And at the end of that, the music video they did together with Slim 400 and Slim 400 and Young Dolph. You can see a tombstone at the end of the video, and this is before all of that even happened between these two. They were both taken out. So, but yeah, what I wanted to say, this video can be about how we have the reoccurrences of souls and physical bodies. I gotta remember that title because I just came up with that while I'm talking like just now. So, but I learned about something about that in a book I was reading. So you can probably, it's not dealing with it in depth, but I took notes on it, and I still, what I'm saying. So when I took notes on it, I keep remembering it when I see those notes. So in the book, I'm gonna give you the book, of course. The author's name is Kenneth Grant, and it's called The Ninth Arch. It's a plethora of shit in there, and you can go through there. It deals with certain numbers and certain names and certain deities. You can actually expand your libation list if you have one or looking to make one, and it deals with a lot of different parts. So you really gotta just pay attention in the book, and you'll really start to uncover a lot of things. So, but anyway, so rise in power to Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? So, it's way more than what we think this shit is about. So, alright, kill God. God doesn't like or love highly melanated people. He only loves us because we have high concentration of melanin, and we are God's parents, and God is our child. Why would people what do you call it? worship their child. Just like going to a football, baseball, or basketball game. They worshiping with the players when they score or whatever. It's the same thing. It's your children. You're worshiping something that doesn't even give a damn about you. So, like the child, like in mythology, kills the parents. Just like with the Zeus thing, the Zeus kills the Titans with the thunderbolt and turns them into ash. But ash is what? Carbon. Or carbon is what? Melanin. Melanin is highly melanated people, so-called black people. All right, I'll probably end the video already, but I'm going to end it again now. You know what I mean? Kill God, fuck God. God doesn't love or like highly melanated people. He just loves us because of our physical makeup. All right? And like that's why I'm going to end it. I'm going to end it right now. Kill God, fuck God. I say.